Schumann here. You're going to see a film that tells you a few things about me. I do hope they miss out the strange bits. So embarrassing.
Robert Schumann lived in Germany in the first half of the 19th century. From looking at old photographs of him, he looks like a very sensitive man. We're told that he found life pretty challenging, and it didn't help much that he suffered from extreme mood swings. He was either euphorically happy or completely down in the dumps. Schumann decided that a good way to cope with his extremes of mood was to think of himself as two different people.
I've got it!
He invented two imaginary companions, Florestan, who was confident, outgoing and passionate.
Hi! I'm Florestan!
And Eusebius, who was quiet and inward-looking.
I'm Eusebius.
You can hear them both in lots of the piano music he composed. Eusebius in the slower introvert bits, Florestan in the fast extrovert bits. Schumann could be so obsessive. He wanted so badly to be a great pianist that he became obsessed with strengthening his fingers. The results were disastrous, and Schumann ended up injuring his right hand, wrecking his piano-playing dreams forever. He once became so obsessed with songwriting that within the space of a year he composed over 140 love songs. He said that they were inspired by the love for his wife, Clara, who was one of the most famous pianists in Europe.
I saw you in a dream. Each song my darling Robert writes is just so beautiful.
But here's a slightly spooky story that apparently took place 80 years after Schumann died. Towards the end of his life, Schumann wrote a violin concerto, which is a big piece for solo violin and orchestra. After he'd finished it, Schumann felt so unhappy about life that he decided it would be best for him and his family if he went to live in a hospital.
Hello, doctor? Yeah, Robert Schumann here. Not feeling so great, actually. Can I come and live in your hospital?
Clara kept the music of her husband's violin concerto, but decided it wasn't good enough to publish. She locked the music away in a library in Berlin with strict instructions that it should not be touched for 100 years. However, 80 years later, at the end of a wild party in London, a group of musicians, including a violinist, thought it might be fun to take part in a spooky ritual in which some people believe they can spell out communications with the spirits of dead people.
Hey! Great party! Do you fancy communicating with some dead people?
Soon a message appeared telling the violinist to find an undiscovered violin concerto.
But spirit, what is your name?
And the spirit answered, Robert Schumann. And Schumann's spirit told the musicians to go to the Berlin library where they found the concerto exactly where Clara Schumann had locked it away all those years before. Well, no one knows for sure whether this story is true or not, but it does make a good tale.
Yes, and I'm glad they missed out the strange bits.
Well, now that you know just a little bit about Schumann's life, I'd like to play you one of his short piano pieces. And as you listen, I hope you'll hear why so many people think of Schumann as such a wonderful and important composer.